Okay, so let's have a look before Christmas holidays on the Dixie after the last move we had. So we still have those two trend line, the biggest, the pink one, which is the last we broke through. We came back once, twice, and three times, and now we broke through it, and we are navigating in between the blue and the purple trend line. And the blue trend line is this low together with this back test here, and we could revisit it around the 61.8 fib of this retracement around this 61.8 fib from this retracement from this top to this low. So this is the blue one, that low, this low, the back test here of the after having broken it, and then we broke through the other one, we back tested and came back inside here. So that's where we are now. So the next big thing will be this 61.8. If we can see it, we are not far away from now. So it's a little bit um, not tricky, but it's not as clear as I would like. And we are in end of year flows, so we can see anything now, really anything. If we look, I will come back to this chart. If we look at the other chart, which is the um, setup chart with the volume analysis, we see we had a strong short setup here, but this short setup just has provided this small pullback, and we have been ranging inside this area since middle of November now. So that's already 1 month we are inside this small range here from top to bottom. So you see we have a double top that we posted. I think it was on Friday or no, it was on FOMC, so on Wednesday. So we have this double top here, which is something I like. We have the same double top more or less on USD CAD, and we have it too on Euro USD. So it's something interesting to note and to keep an eye on, because if we keep this double top, then we could have a top pattern, a top in place, sorry, and that could be great. If not, then we can break through it, and in this case, we go back to the other chart, which is that one, and in this case, what could we expect? So we could expect a test of this 61.8. You see, this is a 61.8 here, together with some volume long-term blocks here. We have several of them, this purple here, this black here, and some inside fib there. So that's something we could look at and which could happen. First, we would need to touch this 38.2 inside ABC. This is this ABC. So we would test really this 38.2 that we didn't test it yet. We stopped a few pips from it. That's where we posted the double top, but we didn't really touch it for now. So we see in the past it has been an area of support and resistances. You see this top here, but we still miss a few pips, a few percents to go there. So it could be a stop hunt, and then we would go lower, or we could just spike above it inside the end of your flows to this 61.8 or to this black long-term volume blocks. So that's the option we have on the upside. On the downside, well, it's open, because if we unfold or we start unfolding the ABC down, then we go much lower to 87 and 83 or something like that. But that's not done yet. So we need to finish this move and then to resume lower, which is something that we have been trying to do several times. This is a weekly chart. You see how well this 50% fib here has been providing support and resistances here. You see, it's a weekly chart. You have here 1, 2, 3 week with very small body, very wicked wicks, and very small bodies. That's telling us we had a fight here with bull bear fight, and then we had this move on the upside last week, and we start the week a little bit in red for now. But if we go now more in detail, and that's what we are looking at now. So this is the consolidation or the accumulation area that I show you on the other chart. You have here the double top in place here, perfectly in place for now, and we are now struggling on this 2360, 2140 area that has provided since a long time. We can even extend this one to this area. It's not necessary, but you see how this 2360, 2140 has been holding very, very well here. The next one is 1140, and then we would come back to retest, I think for the 10th time or something like that, this 50% fib which is there. So the two important things are, the 38.2 we need to break through at least to touch first. We would have probably a pullback on it. So I am staying on the short side on the USD for now. And whenever we get an important level with a setup, interesting setup, I am getting short, which means short USD CAD, long Euro USD. That's what I'm trading for the end of year, plus silver, gold, and S&P 500. So that's where we are. So you see we have this level to come. When we have just touched it, we could or bounce now or pierce through it. We have the London Open in 1 hour 30, the New York Open in 1 hour 30. So let's see what happens if we break this double top, touch the 38.2 or perhaps a little bit higher and then come back, or if we go on lower. From the actual perspective, I would say we should go lower and keep those height in place. Even if in some other instrument we can break the high like USD CAD or something like this, but Euro USD won't. So that's what we have on DXY for now, and USD with this double top in place, and I hope it stays in place. And in this case, we could see a very nice pullback on the end of year. If not, the other option is we visit this area here with this red rectangle, this big trend line. So that's where we could probably land for the year high, for the end of year highs or something like that. That's what I'm looking at on DXY and USD.